What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a
Thursday edition of Morning Gun. Identified book back before the gun, held, interested, and road.
nailed it. Thursday edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Parrish Construction and Roofing. If you need orthopedics, go to Brock. You need a roof, call Parrish. Also presented by Unique Physique, uniquephysique.com, Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com. Okay, y'all, big day.
Good week.
Okay, we are going to go this way. Spencer Rattler is going to start for the New Orleans Saints. That initial report proved to be accurate from Mike Garafolo. Saints do, in fact, go with Rattler. I think it's interesting the more I look into it. The Bucs defense has already faced two rookie quarterbacks this year. They faced Jaden Daniels and they faced Bo Nix.
Good week.
They lost to Washington, beat Denver. The interesting thing is that in both those games, neither quarterback threw the ball exceptionally well. Both had a high completion percentage. They just didn't light it up. However, both quarterbacks had success running the football, which tells me maybe they're looking at Rattler as someone who has an opportunity maybe to make some more plays with his feet. So it could be a reason why they're going with Spencer. But, this game is kind of a season saver, Before the season started, we talked about, hey, look, if you can get past Denver at 4-3, if you just have your head above water at 4-3, you had an opportunity to make a move in the second half of the season. Man, you lose this one on Sunday, you fall to 2-4. Then you got Denver coming in, and best you could be is 3-4. But if you lose both these next two, and you're sitting there at 2-5, that's over. You hate to say it's over at week 7 with 10 weeks to play, but I just don't know how you dig yourself out of that hole if you're 3 games under 500. Realistically, I want to talk also about LSU. Brian Kelly announced that, on the injury report, West Weeks and Kyle Parker both a no-go for LSU. Say some good mornings here while I'm at a red light. Tim Gotro, first chance saying Alabama is burning on Monday. Keep the grim reaper look for all futures. Bama is burning. Tiger Diver, when does the office official? So last night was the first one. Joel, morning, Matt. Said last week Hilton's ready to go. They held him out against South Alabama for the stretch of SC games. You're hearing he's ready to go. Yeah. Chris can play Saturday. I think he could have played against South Alabama. I think for him and for the coaching staff and the medical staff, it's a matter of them all feeling comfortable. And that's, look, he's got to feel like he can be effective, and they have to be comfortable putting him out there. But yeah, I was surprised. Look, he dressed against UCLA. I was surprised he didn't get on the field. I was very surprised he didn't dress against South Alabama. But maybe that's an instance where you realize, okay, you're not going to need him here. Give him 2 more weeks. So, I will be really surprised if he doesn't play on Saturday. I was surprised he didn't play against South Alabama. I'll be really surprised if he doesn't play Saturday. Kerry Hughes, Gunnar Michaels, Brian Wynn, good morning. Aaron, good morning. Richie, good morning. Club, what's good, dude? What's good? Cajun Country. Hey, Drew, who's your best friend at school? Is it Emma Grace?
Yeah. We're going.
What about Molly?
Yeah. We're going.
I could name everybody. It wouldn't matter. He likes Emma Grace is in his class. Frankie James is in his class. Do you like all your classmates?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who else is in your class? Hey, tell me who's in your class. Emma Grace, Frankie James. Who else? Tell me who's in your class. Is Reeves in your class? Yeah. Who else? Huh? Well, so for those just joining, a little bit of a later start today for Morning Scone. Forever we did 7:30 until 8 Central. Drew's school time, drop-off time changed, so we bumped it up 15 minutes, 7:15 to 7:45. Just very candidly, in full disclosure, we are at a point where we're going to begin to potty train Drew. So he's been in diapers, he's 10, he's been in diapers his whole life. And they've been working with him at abilities working on just sitting on the potty. And I think the morning time is where I certainly need to be, because I'm with him in the morning. I need to see if we can take advantage of this opportunity in the morning. So with that being a little unpredictable, Morning Scone here may vary. There may be some more in transit editions here, which I know that doesn't really allow us a lot of interaction because I can't read the comments while I'm driving. But what I can do, if y'all are open to this, is I can maybe get one of those car mounts. Like I'm just holding the phone, I got my elbow on the armrest, and I'm just got the phone propped up. Hi, Drew. But I get one of those car mounts. Hi, Drew. And then we could talk while I drive Drew to school. That might have to be the newest iteration of Morning Scone for a minute anyway, at least during the week when Drew's at school. Really depends on how the training goes, All right, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, Facebook like the page, share the post. So, as far as LSU's injury report, West Weeks and Kyle Parker have both already been ruled out. Parker, that's an interesting one because he had a good camp. When when we learned Chris Hilton was going to be out to start the season, Parker took his spot, and then Parker injured his elbow against Southern Cal, missed the game, came back. So it's interesting that he's been able to play and then also missed time. I don't know everything that's going on with that Kyle Parker injury, to be honest. I just haven't really asked. I know it's the UC. It's he banged his elbow against Southern Cal. I think it was a play on the sideline where he came down. It was like a nerve thing in his elbow. But West Weeks has a foot injury, and it was interesting because they held him out against UCLA, against South Carolina and UCLA. They held him out. He dressed against South Alabama. He went in for like one series, it was like 4 plays, and he waved and took himself out. So you can tell he wasn't right. So that's a bummer, man, because now you are paper thin at linebacker, having lost Perkins for the year, and with West Weeks out, that means you're down to Witt, Greg Penn, and then your next 2 are Xavier Atkins, Devon Keys. That's 2 freshmen, true freshmen. So after Witt and Greg Penn, you got 2 true freshmen next. So, this is not the offense you want to be facing when you got a bunch of true freshmen running on the field who maybe aren't completely assignment sound yet. You have a lot of freshmen on the field defensively Saturday, man. Not feeling great about that. Bro's going to play. McKinley's going to play. Woodland's going to play. Spears is going to play. Guys like Relaford rotate in, and now you're talking about 2 linebackers as well. It's a lot of true freshmen, man. These dudes are cutting their teeth. I mean, it's one of those things where you'll be better for it long term. Getting these guys that experience, but unsettling when you got to play Ole Miss. Yet that many freshmen are around on the field. So I'm also curious to see how they narrow the rotations. Brian Kelly has said they were going to do that they were going to not be rotating as many guys. So who are the guys that are going to be in there? But the ones I mentioned, it's saying is the reason they got to play. I mean, those guys have to be on the field. Anyway. Aaron, good morning. Carrie, good morning. You hear Jake Crane talk about your preseason comments on Gus for Ole Miss. Gus. No, I didn't. On Gus? Preseason comments on Gus? No. Send me Jake's comments. I don't know what he said. Rocky, good morning. Deborah, Michael, Kelly, Thomas, good morning. David.
Gold.
Talking about Rattler.
Gold.
Go this way. Well, y'all. Excuse me. Haven't had my coffee yet either. Tell you, my routine got thrown off this morning with trying for potty training. Hey, did you go pee on the potty?
Yeah.
No, he didn't. He sat. Did you sit on the potty?
Yeah.
Sat on the potty. We got to increase time spent on the potty. So, he's got to hold himself up, and also, he did good today. Did really good. Held himself up, counted. He was very patient. We just didn't get any production, if you know what I mean. So David asked about, hey, Dad, good morning.
Gold.
Chance, good morning.
Gold.
Good morning. Yes, Witt is still good.
Gold.
Which weeks?
Gold.
It's West weeks. Witt is good. Witt is play. It's West. West has been dealing with the injury. The Rattler thing is interesting because, I'm hopeful for Spencer Rattler. I can't say necessarily that I'm optimistic. I'm hopeful that it works well. I think there's reason to believe it could go well. Yeah, he's a talented dude, and I gotta get over. Yay, interstate. Okay, there we go. Big truck. It's one benefit, man. You look for the big trucks that they can't really accelerate, and then you keep it flowing. And we're stopping again. So I'm optimistic about Spencer Rattler. Excuse me. I'm hopeful, not optimistic. Drew, go this way. Okay. That's a good opportunity for me to. B-Rock, good morning. Brad David, wait, hang on a second. Robbie said, "Is this clickbait or is it wit?" It's not clickbait. What the hell are you talking about, Robbie? West Weeks has been injured the whole season. He was injured before the season started. He's had a foot injury. He's missed 3 games already. What do you mean, the clickbait? Weeks and Parker are the 2 guys that have been injured. They're out for the game. That's not clickbait. If you know the team, you know what that is. What are you talking about? I resent that very much. Robbie, you know me better. I resent that. Brad David, good morning. I can't wait for the day there's no more cupcake games in college football. Feels like it's not far off. Yeah, man. If you missed it, Ross Dellinger has a piece at Yahoo very, very, very extensive feature piece that he wrote. And it's about something that's been termed Project Rudy, after the walk-on. I don't know why they call it Project Rudy, unless it was just because Rudy was a Disney movie. It's 3 former Disney executives who have put together a deck presenting, a future model of college football that would involve venture capital. And before you roll your eyes and shrug your shoulders, every conference commissioner, dozens of major college athletic directors and administrators have all seen it. And Ross, for this piece, talked about 30 people, he said, for the story. And a lot of them quoted anonymously, athletic directors, presidents, saying, like, this is the model that is inevitable, like it's going to happen. One of the things I love the most is it would create a 70-team Super League, and it would do away, like you would only play teams within that league. So there would be no more G5 games ever. You would never see LSU South Alabama, LSU Nichols. Like you would never see these games ever again. You would only have games people would actually care to see. Also, the infusion of capital and revenue from the TV contracts would be so significant, and this is why it's going to happen. It would be so significant that it would solve the rev share issues that a lot of athletic departments are dealing with right now. So as to say, every athletic department is wondering, how are we going to share our revenue with our athletes and maintain our athletic department? Well, that's solved with this. And then also, it would be enough of a financial boon that you would be able to keep your Olympic sports. You'd be able to supplement them. So it's inevitable. It's always been inevitable. It's just interesting to see. The one real interesting factor of that, well, there's a lot of interesting factors, but the unknown, I would tell you, my big question, the unknown, is, okay, if you bring in venture capital, venture capital is going to want a return on their investment, and they're also going to want some form of control. So what does that look like? And I have no idea the answer to that question. So anyway, the model looks good. And I know, Greg Sankey said last week he's not interested in being part of a Super League and all that stuff, because he's like, we're the SEC, everyone wants to be us. It's their job to figure it out, not our job to come back to the pack. And he's right. But here's the problem. Unless if the SEC and Big Ten just wanted to create their own league, just those 36 teams or whatever it is, or 34, 18 and 16, right? 34. There's more of everybody else than there is of you. So, and again, all the major power brokers are in those 2 leagues, but everyone else outnumbers you. So if you wanted to play with the rest of the Power 4, there's more of those teams than there are of the SEC and the Big Ten. So in theory, they could outvote you. But the other interesting part about that model was tiered revenue share. So it wouldn't be like Alabama wouldn't get the same amount of money as Vanderbilt. Mississippi State wouldn't make the same as Ohio State. It would be tiered into 4 tiers. And you could move up and down in the tiers based on your success on the field and other criteria, which is interesting. It actually incentivizes you. If you win, you can move up. Anyway, I thought it was interesting. All right, please smash the like button if you would. Subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post. Shout out to Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Parrish Construction and Roofing. You need an orthopedist, go to Brock. You need a roof, call Parrish. Unique Physique, uniquephysique.com. Uniquephysique.com, Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com. Unique Physique, semaglutide, tirzepatide, the weight loss shots, as everybody calls them. If you're interested in learning more, you You do the whole thing over telemed, so you don't even need to go in the office. They can ship your medicine anywhere in the country. Lowest prices, no contracts. They actually just reduced prices last week as well. It's Unique Physique, uniquephysique.com. All right, y'all. Randall. Yeah, man. So back to the point we were talking about before that about Rattler. It does add a layer of intrigue to Sunday into the rest of the season, because if you see some promise here in Rattler, then maybe that does alter or affect your thought process about Carr moving forward. I told you on restructuring his deal, you committed yourself financially to Derek Carr for 2 more years. Now, if you wanted to after next year, you could take a $28 million dead hit, but the only way that that's even feasible is if you have a rookie 5th-round pick quarterback. It's like, look at San Francisco. The reason they were able to discard Jimmy G and Trey Lance was because they had a rookie 7th-round pick. So a 7th-round pick on a 7th-round contract making no money. Who's your franchise quarterback? So it alleviates some of those concerns. All right, red light. Mike, good morning. What's your thoughts on LSU linebacker demanding Beamer give him a red shirt? He didn't demand. He went in and said, I'm going to red shirt. And Beamer said, no, you're not. You can leave. So he left. You're the boss. Drew's always been some part of the show. We'll watch whenever. I appreciate it, Kerry. Thank you, man. Gorilla. Gus Bus. Oh, Nuss Bus. I don't remember what I talked about with Jake. So he was saying that at the beginning of the season, I had a conversation with Jake about Ole Miss and Nuss. I don't know what I said. I don't remember. I know what my thought was on Nuss all off season was, I said it so many times, I could regurgitate it right now. If you go to Central Casting and you look for a quarterback, it would look a lot like Nussmeier. He's big, he's got the arm strength, can make all the throws, son of a coach, football IQ, a lot of moxie, bordering on athletic arrogance. He can do it. He'll be fine. The only thing he doesn't have is experience. He's got to purge the bad decision making, purge the bad throws out of him. He does that, I think it'd be great. And that was my point on Nussmeier all offseason. My point on this game with Ole Miss was before the season that I liked LSU in this game because they're at home and because of the spot. LSU's coming off a bye. Ole Miss has 7. This is their 7th consecutive game. 3 consecutive SEC games, back-to-back road conference games. I like the spot for LSU, and I still do. I think Ole Miss is a better team. I think they have a better roster, 1-85, more experience, all that stuff. I don't think that that's any surprise whatsoever. They're well coached. Again, I do not think we will see a game like last year. I think we are going to see a game a lot like the one we saw in Vegas against USC. I think you're going to see a 20s game, maybe low 30s. Like if someone scores late and it gets to like 31-27 or something like that, I could see that. But I think you're probably destined more for a 20s game. We've seen Ole Miss play 2 legitimate opponents now, and they lost 20-17, and they won 27-3. They haven't gotten to 30 yet. Now, I'll grant you, against South Carolina, they knew South Carolina could score. And so they threw 1 pass in the 4th quarter. So there's that component of it. But all right. Let's see. Jake said he couldn't get what you told him about Nuss in the offseason, that he's prone to turn over the ball. He was. That ain't a surprise. He had to purge the turnovers. We all knew that was a thing for him. He had to be able to purge that out of his system, man. That was the thing he had to work on, and he's done great with it. Okay, we're in New St. Lillian. We got to go. Thanks so much for watching. Have an awesome day. Go watch Locked on LSU, please, and AFR3. Peace.